Welcome back inside Gillette Stadium, everybody. My name is Mike Petralia, and this is the 5 from Foxborough, powered by Draft, your home for daily fantasy drafts. The New England Patriots turned to their hero again on Sunday afternoon, and Tom Brady again delivered with a miracle ending. His fifth touchdown pass of the day to Brandin Cooks of 25 yards with just 23 seconds remaining lifted the Patriots to a 36-33 improbable win over the Houston Texans here at Gillette Stadium. Tom Brady on the day, he was 25 of 35, 378 yards and 5 touchdowns. The sixth time in his incredible career that he has thrown 5 touchdowns in a game. He had 2 to Brandin Cooks, he had 2 to Chris Hogan, and he had 1 to Rob Gronkowski. Tom Brady rescued this game really from the jaws of defeat, and on the final drive, which is where we will begin with the first of our 5 from Foxborough, the final drive by Tom Brady was nothing short of a masterpiece. Not once, but twice, Tom Brady faced 3rd and long. He faced a 3rd and 12 on his own side of midfield at the 40-yard line, and he connected with Rob Gronkowski for 15 yards. Then several plays later, it was 3rd and 17, and he found Danny Amendola for 25 yards down to the Houston 25. Very next play, it was Tom Brady realizing the Texans were in a cover 2. He found Brandin Cooks alone enough, and just given enough space toward the left sideline. He decided to throw the ball as he was getting hit, something that happened to Tom Brady quite a bit on Sunday, and Brandin Cooks toe-tapped inside the left sideline for the touchdown, giving the Patriots a much-needed win. Why was it much needed? Because the Patriots in this game really were had it handed to them for most of the game by Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans. Deshaun Watson on the day nearly became the first quarterback in 9 tries to beat Bill Belichick's Patriots here in Foxborough. He had a 33-28 lead late in the game. They had 4 field goals, but in the end, field goals usually don't beat the Patriots, and even for Deshaun Watson on his remarkable day, it wasn't good enough today. Watson's final numbers, 22 of 33, 301 yards, and 2 touchdown passes, but 2 costly interceptions, including 1 in the first half by Stephon Gilmore, his first in a Patriots uniform, that set up a Tom Brady to Chris Hogan touchdown that gave the Patriots at the time, early in the game, a 14-10 lead. Second point in this game, you have to talk about the receiving tandem of Chris Hogan and Brandin Cooks. Together, they were remarkable today for the Patriots. Chris Hogan had 4 catches on 6 targets for 68 yards. He had 2 touchdowns, including a wide-open 47-yarder on a crossing pattern early or midway through the first half, and that was really an indication of how the Patriots were attacking the Texans all day long when they could get time to throw the ball. Tom Brady really got hit a lot today by this massive Texans front 7, and everybody knew that coming in, but Brady really hung in there and connected with Amendola, I should say Hogan and Brandin Cooks on several crossing routes. It was Danny Amendola who really came up with that big play on the final drive, setting up the game-winning score. Brandin Cooks' day, 5 catches, 7 targets, 131 yards. He was also huge on the day. Before that first touchdown of the day, Tom Brady to Rob Gronkowski in the red zone, it was Tom Brady taking a hellacious hit in the pocket, but connecting for 40 yards down the left sideline to Cooks, who made a terrific catch, went up, battled the defensive back, and came down with the ball. So the Patriots certainly, they got what they were looking for from their receiving corps today, led by Chris Hogan and Brandin Cooks. And maybe some of the answer that we've wondered about the question, who's going to replace Julian Edelman? Well, part of that was answered today. Certainly we saw in 3rd down conversions when Tom Brady needed it, and of course Julian Edelman wasn't there to turn to. It was Danny Amendola and Rob Gronkowski coming up big. Third point of this game that we really need to talk about is the offensive line. If the Patriots don't win the game today, a lot of people are talking about just how much Tom Brady was beat up in this contest. He was sacked in this game 5 times, I should say, for a total loss of 41 yards. But that doesn't tell the whole story. Tom Brady was hit and hit hard throughout the game. He was also, one of those sacks caused a fumble that Jadeveon Clowney returned 22 yards for a touchdown and really gave the Texans life in the second half. Fourth point in this game has to be the play of Malcolm Butler. You could tell early on when he was in the times that he was on DeAndre Hopkins of the Houston Texans, he came to battle. He came to play very hard today. And certainly Malcolm Butler, knowing that the Patriots were without Eric Rowe, who was inactive due to a groin injury, Malcolm Butler had to show up today, and he did. The irony of this is Stephon Gilmore also came in with a groin injury, and just a little while after, about a quarter after his interception that set up the Patriots' second touchdown of the day, it was Gilmore who left because of dehydration. Why is that interesting? Because after the game, Devin McCourty told us in the press conference that Bill Belichick had been telling, and Rob Gronkowski said the same thing, Bill Belichick had been telling the team since Wednesday that it was going to be a hot day here on Sunday, and indeed it was, with temperatures rising near 90 degrees right around kickoff, and the field was about 100 degrees. It was going to be a hot day. Conditioning was going to be an issue. Hydration was going to be an issue. Stephon Gilmore had to leave this game for several defensive series midway through because of dehydration. He did manage to come back into the game and finish this one out. Obviously, we have to finish up this five from Foxborough with the kneeling during the national anthem that the Patriots exhibited before the game, obviously during the national anthem. 16 Patriots players kneeled on the defensive bench. There was booing throughout the stands. There was a lot of intense reaction. And certainly the Patriots were responding to the President Donald Trump's remarks on Friday, criticizing NFL players, telling them to stand up during the national anthem and respect the flag. Well, the Patriots really took offense to Donald Trump's criticism of NFL players as spoiled and really disrespecting the flag. And Devin McCourty, after the game, in a very articulate fashion, in a very impassioned plea and a statement to everybody, started his press conference by telling everybody he's aware, and unfortunately aware, that players and fans, rather, are going to take this the wrong way. They are going to feel that the Patriots were players that did kneel during the national anthem were disrespecting the flag. That wasn't their intent at all, Devin McCourty said. He said the team chaplain and the players got together on Saturday to discuss the anger amongst the players who were really ticked off by the President Trump's remarks on Friday night in Alabama, and this was the best way and only way that Devin McCourty felt a lot of players could really respond. Tom Brady did not take a knee. He was arm in arm in with wide receiver Philip Dorsett during the national anthem. It was Matt Patricia on the sideline. He had his hand over his heart, and Bill Belichick just stood there sternly. What did Belichick say after the game about all of this? I'll address it later. He was not going to get into any issue regarding the national anthem after the game, preferring instead to keep it as a closed team matter. We'll see how that unfolds during the week. The Patriots now 2-1 on the season. They welcome Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers to town next Sunday here at Gillette Stadium before a short week and a Thursday date in Tampa with the Buccaneers. Interesting of note that the New Orleans Saints beat the Panthers in Carolina on Sunday, and it was Cam Newton who threw 3 interceptions and was benched in that game. It'll be interesting to see how Cam Newton comes out this week in practice, getting ready for the Patriots. The Patriots 2-1 on the season after beating the Houston Texans here at Gillette Stadium by a score of 36-33. The Texans fall to 1-2 on the season. Inside Gillette Stadium, this has been the 5 from Foxborough, powered by Draft. I'm Mike Petralia.